Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kaylin. I'm a master's student at the University of Oxford studying history, and in the fall I am starting my PhD at Yale University in History and African American Studies. I am somebody that uses a planner every single day in order to keep my daily life organized and to keep track of all of my assignments, projects, and activities. I run my YouTube channel, I have a consulting business for college admissions, and I also am starting a podcast along with my academic work, which includes my dissertation and several other assignments and projects, including trying to get published. That all being said, planners are an important part of my day-to-day life, and I've tried just about everything on the market. I've tried the Passion Planner, I've used the Kate Spade Planner, I've tried the Simplified Planner. I have basically tried it all. So I am bringing you a review video today to compare digital planning with the LaurelStudio digital planner and the physical planner, the Day Designer. So just a little bit of backstory. This is my second Day Designer planner, and for the last couple of months I have been trying to compare which platform I prefer the most. I ended up purchasing an iPad Pro 11-inch a couple months ago for my studies and for my research, so I wanted to see if a digital planner was going to be something that would be useful for me, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I like about the digital planner versus what I like about the physical planner and some of the pros and cons. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get into it because there's a lot of details that I wanna go through with each planner and help you decide which planner may be the better platform for you. So first of all, we're gonna talk about design. So with the LaurelStudio planner, you purchase an online software which you can download on Notability or GoodNotes. It was pretty easy to download and didn't take very long. I'd say it probably took me about 30 minutes to set it up, and you can buy the daily planner or you can buy the weekly. I personally use the daily planner because I have a lot of activities throughout the day and a lot of things that I have to check off of my to-do list, so it makes more sense for me to have a daily format. But if you are somebody that has a little bit less to do on a day-to-day basis, or you just have one job, then perhaps the weekly planner would be best for you. You can change out the covers in your digital LaurelStudio's planner by using the different covers that have been supplied in the package that you end up purchasing when you buy the planner. They are very nice, though you're not going to actually physically be seeing them because they're on an iPad, but it is nice that they have all these different options and that they also have stickers and things that you can add to your planner along with additional pages such as goal setting and those kinds of things. Next, we're going to talk about the Day Designer. So the Day Designer, I think, is one of the most aesthetically pleasing and beautiful planners on the market. As I said earlier, I've tried a ton of other planners, and I think that this is honestly one of the most beautiful and one of the easiest to use. That all being said, we're going to go over the design a little bit. So the thing about the Day Designer is it is a very thick, very large planner. I can't tell you exactly how heavy it is, but we're going to talk a little bit about that when we get to the section on portability. Overall, it is a nice thick planner. It has daily pages, but you can buy the weekly version. It has a bunch of extra pages for goal setting, birthdays, other things, but I don't think that it's too excessive. There aren't too many pages that are unnecessary or that you may not use. So that's it for the design. Now we're gonna go on to format. So with the LaurelStudio's planner, you have the top section, which is your top priorities, and then you have your tasks, and then you have your schedule. The schedule is laid out from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is very helpful, and I like that it is actually broken up into the half-hour slot because sometimes I have things going on every 30 minutes and it is kind of hard to fit it in the physical planners that don't have this option. I use the extra space on the side in order to decorate a little bit by inserting photos or inserting additional notes if there were more to-dos than could fit in the to-do list. And overall, I really like the format of the LaurelStudio's digital planner. For the monthly view, you have your typical monthly. There's plenty of space for you to include all of your necessary dates and events, and it's also really easy to format in the iPad because you are able to click and drag items if they are not in the order that you wanted. So now moving on to the Day Designer, one of the main complaints that people have about the Day Designer is that there is a lot of information and a lot of things that you can input. This is one of my complaints as well. I don't end up using all of the sections, and it is my dream to one day create my own planner that I can use that has all the sections that I personally need, because that perfect planner doesn't quite exist yet. But that all being said, I do really love the layout of of the Day Designer. You have your today's top threes, which is the same as the digital planner. You have a section for due dates, so if you have an assignment due that day, it is nice to highlight it there. It has a section for dinner. I pretty much never use this section. The section that says don't forget is actually quite useful, but sometimes I'll just put reminders in the bottom section and notes. And then for dollars, I actually do use this section to track how much money I'm spending every day. It'll not be filled out if I haven't spent any money that day. That way I am able to look back through my planner and see on average what I'm spending, and it keeps me more accountable. The today spread goes from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is quite nice. There's plenty of room for you to put in your necessary information. I really like this section for time blocking. It's really helpful, and especially when I have a lot of different assignments that I have to get done, it is really useful. And then the to-do section has the same number of check boxes as the digital planner, so plenty of room for you to keep all of your to-dos in check, and if you have any additional, you can put them in the notes section. In the notes section, I keep little reminders for myself to look back on, such as video ideas or other things that I need to get done over the coming weeks, or perhaps to-dos that I need to be reminded of for the future. And then in the section that is titled Daily Gratitude, that's actually where I track my budget. So that is where I will check all of my bank accounts pretty much every day, if not every other day, and write down exactly how much money is in every single one of my accounts at any given time. Now moving on to the monthly view, the Day Designer has plenty of room for you to input all of your dates, travel dates, assignments, notifications, reminders, etc. And this is one thing that I didn't like about previous planners that I had tried, including the Kate Spade and the Simplified, is that the monthly view was way too small for me to actually input all of my needs. So next we're going to talk about portability, which is honestly one of the most important things when it comes to planners and stationery and other pieces of equipment that you're going to need for your studies or for your work. The iPad wins out no matter what. It is light, it is compact. I pretty much don't even have to travel with my computer anymore, and to have my planner right there is super convenient and very nice. I would much prefer to travel with this than to travel with my notebook, my planner, and my laptop. But that all being said, I still love my Day Designer and would make the sacrifice to keep this with me. Oftentimes when I'm traveling, I'm not staying as up to date in my planner as I would like to be anyway. So sometimes I'll just leave this at home and input it either before or after I have returned from my trip. And if it's a longer trip, then I will take this along with me. It is a lot heavier, as I said earlier in the video, but I personally find that it's worth it because I really love this planner. And now that I get to travel for my research and for my work, although not right now because of coronavirus, I will take the iPad and my planner. So it's not super portable, but honestly, I would make the sacrifice in order to take it with me. I love my Day Designer, and if you are somebody that is really into physical planners, then I think that even the added weight is worth it. All right, so now we're going to talk about customization. So this is one thing that you can't really do with the Day Designer. The Day Designer, you're either going to get the monthly or the weekly spread. There's really nothing you can do about that. You can get the different covers. You can get either the academic year format or the yearly format, but overall, you can't customize a whole lot in this planner. One thing I really do love about the LaurelStudio planner is that I'm able to input note pages in between. Say I have an idea and I want to keep track of things. If I don't have enough space in that note section, then I can add another piece of paper in GoodNotes and then add my notes. That all being said, when I am using the Day Designer, I do use the note section, and I don't find that I need a whole lot of extra note space in general, but that is something that is nice if you tend to take a lot of notes. You can also move pages around in the LaurelStudio's planner, which you can't really do in the Day Designer. So that's another bonus when you're talking about customization, and if you want to kind of change the design. That's one positive to the digital planner if you're somebody that likes to have a lot of options. All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is cost. Obviously, an iPad Pro will cost you upwards of $800, but you can also purchase the digital planner on any of the other lower grade iPads. You can buy it on the normal iPad or the iPad Air. So there are other options. You just need to have an iPad that is compatible with an Apple Pencil, so that way you are actually able to use GoodNotes and you are able to use your planner effectively. The LaurelStudio's digital planner is going to run you $24.99, so very affordable and easy on your wallet. I would say that's definitely a great value for what you're getting, and you're also able to print out your planner if you so choose. So you're getting a lot of value for your buck. As someone that does believe in investing in the tools to help you with your work, I definitely love my iPad Pro and I'm glad that I invested in it. But I also have invested a lot of money in the past on stationery, including planners like the Day Designer. So the Day Designer runs you about $59, but I would say that it is entirely worth it. I think that for the quality of planner that you are getting with these nice thick binder rings and the thick cover and all of the pages and all that it has to offer, $59 is not bad. And I would very willingly spend at least that amount every year on planning tools. All right, so the last thing that we're going to talk about is usefulness and personal preference. We're going to talk about the LaurelStudio's planner first. I have been using this planner for quite some time now. I think I've been using it for a little over 2 months, and I don't really like the format of it. I find it a little bit challenging to use for me, and I personally like having a physical planner. I find it a little challenging, and I miss being able to physically hold my planner and be able to kind of flip through it. So for me, I am going to be sticking with the physical planner just because I like the actual tactile use of the Day Designer planner or a physical planner. But I think that after using the digital planner, that it is an excellent tool for someone that really likes that format. I use my iPad and GoodNotes for my notes for my projects. I write all of my papers on my computer. I don't use physical notebooks anymore. So I like having a physical planner because I don't like having to stare at a computer screen or an iPad screen all of the time. So that's just my personal preference, but I think that the LaurelStudio's planner is very well thought out and very easy to use, and the format is excellent. It's just not my personal preference. As for the Day Designer, I think that the usefulness of this is unbeatable. I think that especially as a graduate student that has a lot of different projects and a business, that the Day Designer is everything that I need and more, and I will be repurchasing my Day Designer this coming year. Alright, so we've now come to the end. I hope this video was helpful for you guys and that you got to see the pros and cons of either planner style. I think that the LaurelStudio's digital planner is the perfect platform and perfect software for someone that prefers to use an iPad or tablet, and I think that it is easily customizable and is an excellent price point for anyone that wants to get into digital planning. It's also really nice to be able to add your own photos and things, but I personally just really love my Day Designer and I don't think I'll be giving it up anytime soon. My dream is to one day create my own planner because there's a lot that I personally would like to have included or little tweaks that I would make in order to make it more accessible for students and for graduate students in particular. But for now, the Day Designer is my go-to and one of my most necessary tools in my workflow. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know down in the comments below what you prefer. Would you prefer to try a digital planner, or what kind of planner are you using? Do you think you'll stick to it, or do you want to try another? And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos, then please hit that subscribe button because I have a lot of content coming your way. I have a video on how I use an iPad as a graduate student at Oxford and a video about digital note-taking. So there is a whole lot that I want to do with the iPad, along with videos about my research and dissertation. So if you are nerdy like me and you would like to see these types of videos, then join the family and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone. He started with hello on a summer afternoon. I lost myself and everybody else when I found you.